Good morning. Nicola Vegas, Angel Diaz, Nicolas Casanova, and myself, Lucy Parcel, would like to present you today the current trade-off between the survival of a rich ecosystem and a social duty in Las Lomas de Amencas. During the last decades, Lima has known an impressive economic and demographic growth. People from all over Peru want to come to the capital city in order to find better quality of life. As the demand for housing has grown, the price of this market is becoming less affordable for a major part of the population. People have been forced to move out from its center and to build a new home wherever they possibly could. A major part of them have chosen to move to the green area around Lima during nights or public holidays to be unnoticed. One of the most popular illegal locations is Las Lomas de Amencas. This plan is well known by being the last slang of Lima. Indeed, Las Lomas de Amencas is a small, incomplete ecosystem located in Cerro San Jerónimo. Here is the trade-off. Should invaders be expelled from this area and therefore hundreds of people left without a home, or should we sacrifice an important ecosystem that brings natural and economical benefits? These questions raise three kinds of issues: social issues, economic issues, and environmental issues. Let's begin with social issues. Illegal habitation in Lima are considered to be habitation of fortune. Houses built in Lomas de Amencas, as other townships, are made generally with rudimentary construction materials, mainly composed by sheet metals and wood. If there is a natural disaster, people's life can be in danger. Again, due to the lack of infrastructures, invaders are in constant danger due to the precarious system of water accumulation they use. They are forced to go down the hills to bring water to their houses. In order to save time and effort, they store it in the cylinders, which cause potential infectious and diseases such as the dengue or the malaria. Now, let's move on to the ecological problem. While setting their new homes, the invaders destroy plenty of vegetation. The most known one, La Flor de Amencas, is currently near the extension phase. By being in the hills, the soil is really weak. Even one step can cause the alteration of its capacity of resilience. The soil is not able anymore to give all minerals needed by several species to grow. In addition, Lomas de Amencas provides some ecosystem services. A provision services, the Lomas provide wood and some plants needed for the elaboration for medicines and food. They have also regulating services by doing water and air purification by capturing water from the mist and propose lot of kind of vegetation that prevent the soil from the erosion. Moreover, Las Lomas provide habitat service. It represents a home for several animals such as lizards, geckos. Due to the invader, animals are forced to leave their habitats. It provides also cultural services by proposing a good place for tourism for discover various animal and vegetal species. Actually, the tourism activity is almost non-existent. Let's move on the economical issues. Lot of elements of the current vegetation, as I said before, are used by the food and pharmaceutical industry. One of them, the tara, is used by those two as a stabilizer for the former one and for the latter one as the main element is the production of dietetic medicine to cure scars. Last but not least, the wood is also used by the construction activities. Another economic issue is that people living in Las Lomas Amencas don't have property rights. Therefore, the government cannot ask them to pay taxes. The lack of property rights leads also to the development of illegal activities by the mafia. They create fake property rights and sell them freely. Besides, they represent an obstacle for investment projects. There is a project to expand water to San Juan Amencas that implies the construction of roads. The government is afraid that it could emphasize the problem of invaders since that could give them the possibility to bring more materials and things to help them to be more connected to the city. Another issue could be the high opportunity cost to force all of these people to leave their habitats, on an economic point of view, time point of view, and also from a social point of view. This situation can create a chaos and lot of variances between the invader and the government authority. We finally discover that all of these issues are caused by the lack of an urban planned territory expansion by the government. The public authorities need to rethink the relationships they want that the Lomas maintain with the city, either as a natural reserves or as a spaces for public usage. As we have seen, the lack of territory planning have caused negative externalities such as deforestation, improper occupation of the soil, conflict of the rights over the soil, environmental deterioration, and the lack of quality urban life. Some government decisions, such as the lack of using territory planning and the inefficiency of the trash collector, emphasize the problem in the Lomas Amancas. There is even an article 896 of the Civil Code that tells us that if you stay more than 10 years in a field and you are not removed by anyone, the land becomes yours for the continuing possession of this. The current response of the use of the land and ways of exploiting it must consider the conservation of natural resources, but also take into account the interest of the people will be affected. The key part is to reorient the process of an uncontrolled urban growth, so efficient territory policy have to be created in order to control and solve these problems. To conclude, governments need more policies to protect this area. They have started to include Las Lomas de Amencas in the list of protected areas, which are supervised by the National Service of State Protected Areas, to be constantly monitored by park rangers and the Ministry of the Environment. Besides, they need to create reallocation programs. The creation of growth planning policies is essential because through a micro-housing approach, they can contribute to the process of agreement between the different social actors and the appropriate use of the territory. As the intervention that we must make as citizens, we have to continue the creation of environmental education programs that seek to share the knowledge of the benefits to preserve the green areas and the great variety of flora and fauna that we have in place. Thank you for listening.